My reaction is still just like a state of shock. I don't think I'll believe it till I'm actually there, shaking and sweating. I can't totally understand how it's a real thing. Hey, I'm Gracie Abrams. I'm here with 17, and this is 17 Questions. Home. I'm home right now, which is nice because I'm about to be not home for a very long time. So I feel like despite the chaos, I'm constantly reminding myself that I'm very lucky to be home right now. Good Riddance is, I think, the most reflective I've ever been in my songwriting. I think when writing about relationships or experiences, I think like I've always used it as a tool to express my frustration or anger, because I think sometimes it can be easier to be angry than to be realistic about what the relationship actually is like, I suppose. And so I guess I really wrote in sometimes like extreme detail that I am nervous about being out in the world. But I love this album more than anything I've ever made before, so I hope that there's something in there that my listeners connect to. Well, Good Riddance like sounds, I think, sort of harsh, and I feel like it was at times for me in a like a semi more aggressive way emotionally, but I actually also very much know that it's like also about leaving versions of myself behind that I stopped recognizing, and yeah, really just like moving on and letting go and like evolving a bit. My reaction is still just like a state of shock. I don't think I'll believe it till I'm actually there, but I texted her immediately, like losing my, I was just like, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. I'm shaking and sweating. So I can't totally understand how it's a real thing. Touring prep consists of obviously a lot of rehearsal, but for me also like getting back into the routine of small habits that I can implement while on the road that make me feel grounded and like I am home sort of wherever I am. I only started touring last year and was gone for many months out of the year, and it felt like being thrown in headfirst took me out of my comfort zone in a way that was really necessary, not just on like the music side of life, but just generally. I am a homebody for sure, and tour changed that. And it also, there's so many factors that go into touring, and everything is deeply unpredictable, so I think like it also helped me get out of this place of feeling like as controlling as I used to be. I like have tried to dial a morning routine a little bit, try to like move my body every day, and drink more water than I normally would, you know, all the boring stuff. It's been funny with the shows just because there's little moments in different songs that I feel like as a crowd we've all picked up on, like almost inside jokes. Rockland and 21 are two of my favorites to play as a result of those kind of like interactive elements. I played soccer for a very long time, broke both of my wrists doing that, and that was sort of when I started songwriting more because I had more time. I was on the field less, and so I was like at home, like wrist broken, like typing on my computer through the cast. There's one here that I love, that it's my grandmother's handwriting and my mom's first initial. Everyone was like, what is that? Because her handwriting is so kind of like dramatic and beautiful, and it kind of looks like a fish hook, but it's a K. The first time I got a tattoo, it was this A right here for my little brother Augie. I think it was like the week after my birthday or something, like almost as soon as I was legally allowed to do it, and I started crying when I told them that I got it, like because I was so stressed, and they were like, we literally could not care less about we couldn't. I thought they would, but no, they were mellow. I use my heating pad every single day of my life, regardless of all outside factors or circumstances. I take it with me everywhere. Yeah, I love food so much. Tour is kind of also just food tour in my mind. It's like any opportunity to explore food that's in a place I haven't been before is one of my favorite things ever. During COVID, felt like sort of stuck in a writer's block rut for a while, and I found that cooking food for other people like brought me a lot of joy, and I was lucky enough to be with my family during quarantine, and so I cooked dinner for my family most nights. I ended up loving baking. I kind of like fell in love with the science behind baking, and I wanted to perfect all of these desserts to impress my friends. I mean, always in for me, but I did go out this past weekend with my best friend Audrey, and we like truly have the best time wherever we are. We went to this party that felt kind of like people were standing around like this, and we were like, We danced. Maps by the IAS, it's the line, they don't love you like I love you, and melodically, and the repetition of that song is like one that I've listened to a lot recently, and a lot while making Good Riddance, and I love that line so much. My love for Love Island is like, it's definitely like a love-hate, and I also lose interest in the last week. Like once I know that no new people are coming into the villa, I like can't care anymore for some reason, but I did just watch season 4 Love Island Australia and felt like really into it. I was sitting watching an episode and my dad was like, what is this horrible noise coming from your room? And I got him to sit and watch an episode with me, and I think that was kind of proof to me that there's like some strange, like enchanting quality to the show that is undeniable. Being asked to go out on tour with Taylor was just like a very significant for me emotionally, just because of how much I feel I owe her in terms of growing up and writing songs, and also outside of that, just like being okay with being vulnerable and vocal about my feelings. I just think that she's such an expert at what she does, and so it was such an honor to be thought of at all. I think being in literal stadiums is gonna feel so wild. I'm very much a part of her fan base too, so I think like to know that I'm in the room with a lot of like-minded people in that regard will be fun. Risking Everything is a poetry anthology that I've read a billion times, and I give it to everyone. It's like the most heart-wrenching, painful, and delicate poetry I've ever read in my life, and there's some of my favorite poets in there. I have it next to my bed, and I like bring it with me anytime I travel. My grandmother is my beauty icon because she's so stunning and never has anything on her face ever. Watching her age has been like a really beautiful thing, and it has been inspiring just as like a young person. Like I want to be like her when I grow up. Take space for yourself to protect your own energy instead of giving it all away to other people, and it's definitely something that I'm working on. I don't think that I have been great at that historically, because I like the idea of like trying to make somebody feel better, and so I think in the past I've maybe gone to extreme measures to do that and have left kind of feeling emptier myself or drained, and I think that that's deeply unnecessary and probably just like not having great boundaries all the time. So I'm trying to work on my boundaries. Okay, 17, that was a little bit about me. I hope that when Good Riddance comes out, you pick it up, listen to it in order, please, because that matters. Thank you. Love you.